What's happening, gang? It's your boy Retro back again with another reaction video. Yeah. Today we got another huge update. You guys can probably already tell that it is going down. Just by that title alone, you guys are definitely gonna want to check this one out. So we now have the spotlight falling directly on Hillary Clinton after FBI Director Patel just discovered hidden documents inside of an FBI burn bag in a secret room that directly implicate Hillary Clinton for the whole Russiagate hoax, guys. And I'm excited to get in this one, so we're gonna hop straight into it. All I ask that you guys please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and without further ado, let's hop straight into it, folks. Check this one out.
Patel reportedly found.
You got to speak up.
Thousands of documents in these bags, supposedly burned bags, at the FBI in the secret room.
Well, I want everything to be shown. You know, as long as it's fair and reasonable, I think it will be shown and it should be shown.
Fox News legal analyst Greg Jarrett, former FBI special agent, Fox News contributor Nicole Parker. Nicole, burn bags, not a common term that the average person may know. You're very familiar with it because of your time in the FBI.
That's right. So first of all, I'm not shocked by anything that we're hearing, having worked there for over a dozen years. Absolutely nothing shocks me about what may have happened at the FBI. That's one of the reasons that I left. But when I hear burn bag, that's common lingo inside the FBI. All documentation, documents, anything that you basically use or touch at the FBI goes into a burn bag. And sometimes you shred the documents, sometimes you just put them straight into the burn bag. But those documents are literally escorted to an incinerator by armed agents. I mean, it's a very serious process because we must take our documentation very seriously at the FBI, and that is what they do. And so to hear that documentation was found at FBI headquarters in burn bags that were never taken to an incinerator is baffling, but at the same time, it's not baffling, Sean. And there are a number of reasons that that could have occurred. I wouldn't be shocked if it was just someone that wasn't doing their job, or someone that just put them in a room and thought, you know what, someone else will deal with that. Or if it was someone who is, you know, high level in the FBI and isn't actually familiar with what the rank and file agents do in taking things to the incinerator to have burned. There are a number of reasons that this could have occurred, but the key is that these documents were found.
Let's talk about this, Greg Jarrett. We spent 3 long years unpeeling every layer of the onion on this story. Seems kind of sloppy that if they had incriminating materials, which is what I'm assuming here they found in these burn bags, that they didn't take care of those and eliminate that. And I bet that's causing a lot of agita and anxiety in the minds of a number of names that would be very familiar to this audience.
Yeah, it could be somebody who didn't want to be a party to a crime by burning them, because attempting to destroy or conceal evidence is the crime of obstruction of justice, Sean, if it's done to hide documents relevant to a criminal or congressional investigation or in anticipation of one. So these documents are not just relevant, they may be pivotal. So that's point number 1 on obstruction. Point number 2 is Senator Charles Grassley has been investigating the collusion hoax and those behind it for years, which is why these burn bag documents were turned over to him. So the question becomes, you know, who ordered the planned burning? Why did they do it? Although the why to me seems readily self-evident. Whoever was involved was trying to conceal evidence that they didn't like, things that might implicate them. And it doesn't matter if the material was classified, you still cannot destroy it if it relates to an investigation. Go ahead.
One of the documents FBI officials allegedly found in the burn bag were the classified annex, to former special counsel John Durham's final report, which includes the underlying intelligence that he reviewed. Why would that be so critical? To me, that's critical.
Because it likely reveals many of the government actors who instigated and corruptly spread the phony collusion narrative despite knowing it was totally untrue. So, it's the usual suspects. Was it Comey and his acolytes at the FBI, Brennan's team of CIA partisans? Was it Clapper, the Obama White House? They're all reasonable suspects based on the damning evidence revealed in just the last couple of weeks, leading to an official criminal investigation. And, in my two books, I identified all the people who appear to have lied under oath, committed crimes. So it doesn't surprise me that incriminating evidence of lies and lying people was slated for the incinerator. There was never a Trump-Russia collusion conspiracy, but there was a conspiracy to frame Donald Trump for collusion.
All right, you guys, so we got breaking news here. This one being tweeted out by our friend Benny Johnson, saying the Trump administration has declassified the Durham Annex discovered in burn bags inside of a secret room, confirming that Hillary Clinton conspired with Obama's FBI to fabricate the Russia collusion hoax. The Steele dossier was pushed despite clear flaws. FBI leaders ignored intelligence that discredited the Russia collusion claim, and under Comey, the FBI dismissed evidence that the Clinton campaign created the hoax but used the dossier to secure illegal FISA warrants on Carter Page. Treason is what this is, and we've actually got the full annex, the John Durham Annex. It's the whole 29 pages has been released to the public. I'll put that in the comment section down below for folks who would like to, read this whole thing in detail. But I will say this thing is juicy and it directly implicates Hillary Clinton. We've actually got Senator Chuck Grassley breaking down the whole Russia collusion hoax in under 1 minute and what was released in this Durham Annex. So let's check out what Chuck Grassley had to say.
It actually brings attention to the fact that there was either a Clinton conspiracy to make this happen or a Russian disinformation. But either way, it was an attempt to stop Trump, and it also proves that the FBI had a hand in it. And now, after these 8 years, 3 years of my trying to get the document, we know that there was the Steele dossier paid for by the Democrats and the Clinton campaign, that it was all effort of total distraction, and to make it look like Russia was playing a very major role in helping Trump to be elected. And now we know none of that was true. And now with this Durham report annex out, it finally proves that the FBI was covering up.
All right, you guys, so this newest discovery of over 1,000 documents and burn bags inside of a secret room is now confirming. We found the Durham Annex, which confirms Hillary Clinton played a pivotal role. She contributed to this Russiagate hoax. And then to no one's surprise, we also got another shady actor that seems to always play a role in the corruption of the Democrats. We got Soros' name coming up in connection as well. I want you guys to check this out. Blows my mind.
Special Counsel John Durham's investigation into the origins of the Trump-Russia narrative began in 2019, ended 4 years later in 2023. Now, he took two people to trial, lost both times, but he did, Harris, secure a plea deal with a former FBI lawyer. Durham's final report, a 300-page document. Here he is in 2023.
Our findings were sobering. I can tell you, having spent 40 years plus as a federal prosecutor, they were particularly sobering to me.
Now, for the first time, we're seeing this declassified now annex. It's 29 pages. It discusses more allegations and information about the Clinton campaign's alleged efforts to discredit then-candidate Trump. Durham obtained emails via Russian intelligence, and the emails were allegedly written by a man named Leonard with the Open Society Foundation. That's the foundation tied to George Soros. According to the annex, Leonard writes about a Clinton campaign advisor named Julianne. She's also referred to by Julie and Julia. One of the emails says, Julie says it will be a long-term affair to demonize Putin and Trump. Now it is good for a post-convention bounce. Later, the FBI will put more oil into the fire. In another email obtained by Durham, Leonard allegedly wrote, HRC, meaning Hillary Rodham Clinton, approved Julia's idea about Trump and Russian hackers hampering U.S. elections. That should distract people from her own missing email, especially if the affair goes to the Olympic level. Now, Mr. Durham interviewed Julie, who told told him that she didn't draft or recall receiving any of these Leonard emails. The annex goes on to explain that the FBI was fully alerted to the possibility that at least some of the information it received about the Trump campaign might have origins with the Clinton campaign or Russian disinformation, but the FBI apparently dismissed that information, quote, as not credible without any investigative steps actually having been taken to either corroborate or disprove the allegations. I want to be clear, we've reached out to those mentioned in this annex that I just brought up in this report, but we have yet to hear back.
All right, so it seems this guy Soros always has a part, plays a role in said corruption of the Democrats. We got Sherry here on X tweeting out saying, we always knew Soros was involved. Documents reveal Soros colluded with Hillary Clinton and the FBI. Time to freeze Soros' assets in the United States. Indictments better be coming. That's what we're all looking for at the end of the day. We need to see these folks finally being held accountable. We have to draw the line. Releasing and exposing this information is not enough, because then these folks are going to continue to do it. They think they're going to get away scot-free. We cannot let that happen. Then we've got Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt on today's declassified Durham Annex, speaking on this newest discovery from Kash Patel.
Well, I think a major organization of the national security apparatus, at least here at the White House within the National Security Council, has indeed taken place, and the president entrusts his current CIA director, John Ratcliffe, and our ODNI director, Tulsi Gabbard, to make the necessary changes to ensure classified intelligence, especially that could implement or hurt the national security of our country, does not make its way into the hands of irresponsible actors who want to politicize that intelligence for their own end. Since you brought up the declassification report that was put out by Senator Grassley today, I'm glad you brought it up, because this should be a story every outlet in this room should be covering. This is further evidence that Hillary Clinton approved the Russia hoax against President Trump. Her campaign financed it. Again, she approved it. And the FBI and the CIA were both weaponized to, as our director of CIA has said, accelerate this hoax against then candidate and former President Trump. To answer the heart of your question, the president wants to see justice served, and he trusts the Attorney General and the Department of Justice to implement that justice and hold these people accountable.
All right, guys, so it's finally time to hold these bad actors, corrupt agents accountable for their actions. We have to do. We got Cat Turd here on X tweeting out that Hillary Clinton, this is on X earlier this morning, this is the first thing I've seen, and she was #1 trending on X with over 27,000 posts. #1 trend was arrest Hillary, quote unquote. Arrest Hillary is literally the #1 trend in the United States on X. We have to see something done. Then we have Kat continuing on in a separate post saying that Hillary Clinton put this out knowing it was all a setup that she was involved in, and then adding to the hashtag arrest Hillary. And this outlines a previous post by Hillary Clinton stating that computer scientists have apparently uncovered a covert server linking the Trump organization to Russian-based banks. And we all know this is definitely false information. Hillary Clinton knew that as well, but she wanted to further this false narrative that Trump and Russia were colluding. We got Robbie Starbucks here on X weighing in saying it's time to arrest Hillary Clinton, period. Showing us this evidence of conspiracy isn't enough. For this to never happen again, we need to see her in a jail cell. And that's what I was saying earlier. I mean, we can't let this slide. We continue to let these folks fall through the cracks on these types of things. They're going to continue to do it. I mean, that's not really a repercussion or any type of consequence that anyone's going to fear. Simply being exposed is not enough for these Dems. Then we got the Patriot Oasis here on X, highlighting a piece from the Durham Annex, actually an email that exposed the extent of Hillary Clinton's corruption, saying that Hillary Clinton fabricated the Russian hacking narrative to justify the FBI spying on Donald Trump's campaign. Arrest Hillary Clinton. And I mean, we have to get this done. And again, I'm going to leave this in the description box for all you guys to check out, and you guys can read through it. It's 29 pages, but I'm going to tell you it's definitely worth the read. I couldn't fit it all in one video, but I wanted to make sure you guys knew the scoop of what's been going on. Kash Patel is not messing around. Yo, there we have it, guys. Oh my goodness. They say when it rains, it pours, and it is definitely raining on those folks on the left. Now we're seeing Hillary Clinton being directly implicated. She hit the green light, the green stamp on the whole Russiagate hoax, trying to connect Donald Trump to Russia and say that that was the reason why them spying or interfering with our election, the reason why Donald Trump got elected and beat her. But it's not the case, and these folks have to be held accountable. I mean, we have to, some type of penalty, some type of punishment for this. If we don't apply that, we know these folks are going to continue to believe that they could just get off the hook and they could, insert themselves wherever they would like, even if it's to try to undermine or interfere, overturn an election. We cannot let this continue to happen. I'm excited to see what comes in the days, the weeks. We know this thing is developing very quickly. I'll definitely be covering it all right here with your boy RetroStef, guys, but definitely hop in that comment section. Comments are open. I'm excited to hear what you guys' thoughts is on this whole situation. Also, make sure you guys please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. If you'd enjoy more content like this, catch you guys on the next one. We